A Russian news agency has said that Ukrainian drones were downed near Moscow and over the Rostov region on Thursday. 3 buildings in Rostov were damaged and 1 person was injured. This happened a day after dozens of people were. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said that the organization does not have any indication that drone debris found on Romanian territory was caused by a deliberate Russian attack. Ukraine said that drones detonated in Romania during an overnight Russian airstrike on the Danube River. Romanian officials initially denied Ukraine's allegations. However, the defense minister said that parts of what could be a Russian drone fell on Romania's soil. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met US Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Kiev on Wednesday. During the meeting, Zelensky acknowledged the assistance provided by the United States during the ongoing war with Russia. This comes as Blinken announced new aid for Ukraine that is worth over $1 billion. Blinken is the first top US official to visit Kiev since it launched a counteroffensive in June this year. He assured Zelensky that the US will provide long-term assistance during the course of the war. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a 12-point cooperation plan at the ASEAN summit. The plan aims to expand cooperation with ASEAN countries. Prime Minister Modi called for the establishment of multimodal connectivity, an economic corridor that links Southeast Asia, India, West Asia and Europe. PM Modi had also hailed ASEAN, saying it is a platform where all voices are heard. The Indian Space Research Organisation or ISRO has released new images captured by its spacecraft Aditya L1. The image shows a selfie of the spacecraft, Earth and the Moon. India launched its solar mission days after the success of its lunar mission called Chandrayaan-3. Aditya L1 will travel for over 4 months in space. It will place itself at a Lagrange point to study the Sun. Nigeria's Presidential Election Tribunal has rejected challenges to President Bola Tinubu's victory in the February election. Candidates of the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party, who came second and third, asked a court to invalidate the election result, alleging irregularities. Since Nigeria restored democracy in 1999, no legal challenge to an election result has ever succeeded. President Bola Tinubu is currently in India's capital New Delhi for the upcoming G20 summit. Gabon's military leaders have said that the country's ousted president, Ali Bongo, is free to move about and pursue medical treatment abroad. Bongo was detained at his official residence after he was overthrown by his presidential guard. This ended his family's 56-year rule on the Central African nation. Earlier, coup leader General Brice Oligui Nguema was sworn in as the interim president. Gabon's coup is the 8th in West and Central Africa in 3 years. Peru's President Dina Boluarte reshuffled 6 positions in her cabinet on Wednesday. This is the second partial reshuffle in her 8-month-old administration. The Ministers of Education, Justice, Transport, Labour, Production and Agrarian Development were dismissed. Some of the key ministers overseeing the economy, energy and mining portfolios have been retained. Mexico's ruling party has named former Mexico City Mayor Claudia Sheinbaum as its candidate for the next year's presidential election. Sheinbaum is 61 years old and a close ally of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Mexico's former foreign minister Marcelo Ebrard, who is also Sheinbaum's closest rival, said that the vote that decided her candidature was rigged. If she wins, she'll become Mexico's first female president. A New York State judge has rejected former US President Donald Trump's bid to delay a trial scheduled for the 2nd of October. This case is related to accusations that Donald Trump and his family members overvalued their assets by billions of dollars. According to Attorney General Letitia James, Trump inflated his net worth by over $2 billion. She wants Donald Trump to be found liable for fraud before the trial begins. British police have issued an urgent appeal to find a former soldier suspected of committing terrorism offences. 21-year-old Daniel Abid Khalif escaped a prison in London and is on the run. Reports say that the man was working in the kitchens of the jail and escaped by strapping himself to the bottom of a food delivery van. He is accused of eliciting or trying to elicit information likely to be useful to a person committing or preparing an act of terrorism. Moving to climate, in Brazil, the death toll from a subtropical cyclone has gone up to 36. It unleashed heavy rains and floods in the country. Firefighters rescued flood victims trapped inside their homes by resorting to boats. A drone video captured the scale of destruction caused by the storm. It showed debris from broken structures lying all over the road. Parts of Turkey's northwestern region have been hit with flooding. The country's largest city, Istanbul, is submerged in flood waters. On Tuesday, the government said that at least 2 people were found dead. Officials say rescue teams were dispatched following reports that 12 people were stranded. Intense rain from the remnants of Typhoon Haikui caused flooding in China's Fujian province. Footage shows personnel clearing fallen trees and landslide debris of roads. The typhoon made landfall on Tuesday. It has lost strength since and has been downgraded to a tropical storm. However, the rains are expected to continue till Friday. Greece's Storm Daniel battered the country for a second day. At least 2 people have died. The storm has triggered landslides, destroyed a bridge, and caused electricity poles to collapse. Video showed cars being carried away in muddy waters. In Spain, soldiers and military engineers measured broken roads and collapsed bridges. They were working to repair the damage caused by the recent devastating floods. They plan to build a provisional bridge in the Madrid region. This bridge is to help people cross rivers and drive on routes that got swept away by mudslides. Temperatures in Belgium and the Netherlands exceeded 30 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. Belgium's Royal Meteorological Institute issued a yellow weather warning and predicted a heat wave. Large parts of Western Europe, including France and Britain, are also struggling with high temperatures. Last month was the hottest August on record globally. This is as per the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Panel. August is estimated to have been around 1.5 degrees Celsius hotter than the average. It was also the 3rd month in a row to set such a record, following June and July. Meanwhile, July 2023 remains the hottest month ever recorded. White snow and ice are giving way to grey, rocky outcrops in the Swiss Alps. This comes as glaciers melt after another hot summer. Last year, Swiss glaciers recorded their worst melt rate since records began. Another wave of melting is expected to be confirmed this year. This is as per the Swiss Glacier Monitoring Network. Climate change is having a measurable impact on air quality and therefore humans. This is as per a report by the World Meteorological Organization. The report says that the effects of pollution are often overlooked but are just as harmful. Moving to business and tech, India's Tata Group is in talks to buy at least 51% of Indian food and beverage company Haldiram. This is as per a report. The snack maker is seeking a valuation of $10 billion for the deal. However, the Tata Group is not comfortable with it. This is largely because Haldiram's annual revenue is just around $1.5 billion. Beverage and food maker PepsiCo has said it will invest about $95 million in India. The company will set up its first food manufacturing plant in the northeastern state of Assam. The plant is expected to be functional in 2025. Swiss conglomerate Nestlé has reportedly agreed to acquire Brazilian chocolate brand Copenhagen. The financial details of the deal are not certain. However, reports say Nestle will pay somewhere in the range of $600 to $900 million for this purchase. US lawmakers have said that all technology exports to Chinese semiconductor firms should be ended. This includes firms like Huawei and the Semiconductor International Manufacturing Corp. The comments come after the discovery of new chips in Huawei phones. Last week, Huawei started selling a phone called the Mate 60 Pro. It is powered by an advanced 7-nanometer processor. Its download speeds exceed those of top-line 5G phones. Flexible workspace provider WeWork has started negotiating nearly all its leases. The company said it seeks to negotiate favorable terms with its landlords. It further plans to exit underperforming locations to reinvest in other assets. Last month, WeWork reportedly hired advisors for its restructuring. It has been struggling with heavy debts and poor financial performance. Australia's securities regulator has sued financial firm PayPal's local unit. This is over the company's contracts with small business customers. PayPal allegedly gives its business account holders only 60 days to notify discrepancies in fees charges. Failing to report issues in the stipulated time forces clients to accept the fee. Australia's regulator says this is unfair. National Australia Bank is planning to cut over 220 back-office jobs. This is as per the country's finance sector union. The FSU is an Australia-based white-collar trade union. The layoffs will affect departments like personal direct lending, technology and operations, corporate finance, and client coverage. UNESCO has published its first guidance on the use of generative artificial intelligence for education. In the report, UNESCO stressed on the need for government-sanctioned AI curricula for school education. It has also urged government agencies to regulate the use of the technology, and this includes putting an age limit for users. Meta Platforms has failed to get an injunction on a ban brought by Norway's Data Protection Authority. In August, the regulator fined Meta for harvesting user data. The social media giant allegedly used the data to target advertising at the user. Google says it will roll out new rules for election advertisements on its platforms. It will ask election advertisers to add a clear disclosure when their ads contain AI-generated content. The policy would apply to image, video, and audio content and will be effective from mid-November. Moving to sports, we start with cricket. Australian pacer Mitchell Starc is vying to return to the 2023 Indian Premier League edition or the 2024 Indian Premier League edition. Starc hasn't featured in the tournament for the past 8 years. He last played in 2015 for the IPL team Royal Challengers Bangalore. Starc skipped the IPL to focus more towards playing for his national team. He said the IPL would be a good opportunity to prepare for the T20 World Cup to be held in the US and the West Indies. The second phase of the 2023 Asia Cup tournament started yesterday. Pakistan beat Bangladesh by 7 wickets in the Super 4 stage in Lahore. Opting to bat first, Bangladesh scored 193 runs and were all out in 38.4 overs. Meanwhile, Pakistan easily chased down the target with 63 balls to spare. Imamul Haq's 78 and Mohammad Rizwan's unbeaten 63 sealed the victory for Pakistan. In football, the nominees for the Men's Ballon d'Or award was announced on Wednesday. Argentine striker Lionel Messi has been nominated again. Manchester City striker Erling Haaland and PSG forward Kylian Mbappe were also shortlisted. Meanwhile, 5-time winner Cristiano Ronaldo was not nominated for the first time in 2 decades. The award ceremony will take place on the 30th of October. Jenny Hermoso of Spain women's national team filed a criminal complaint yesterday. She lodged it against the country's football chief, Luis Rubiales. Rubiales had kissed Hermoso on her lips at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Hermoso had expressed that the kiss was without consent. Rubiales has drawn widespread criticism for his unsolicited kiss. Rubiales could now face criminal charges after her complaint. Spanish women footballers called for a strike yesterday. The players demanded better working conditions and pay hikes for Liga F members. However, the unions representing the players failed to reach an agreement with the league. They wanted around $24,000, while the league offered only about $21,000. The players said they will not play the opening matches this weekend in protest. In tennis, third seed Daniil Medvedev from Russia entered the semi-final at the US Open. The 27-year-old fought his way against compatriot Andrei Rublev yesterday. Medvedev registered a 6-4, 6-3 and 6-4 win over Rublev to reach the last four. Carlos Alcaraz also inched a step closer to retaining the US Open title. The defending champion triumphed over Alexander Zverev of Germany. He won 6-3, 6-2 and 6-4. Alcaraz's semi-final opponent is world number 3 Daniil Medvedev. World number 2 Arna Sabalenka is also through to the semi-final of the US Open. The 25-year-old Belarusian crushed China's Zheng Qingwen in the quarter-final round. Sabalenka never faced a breakpoint in the match and defeated Qingwen 6-1 and 6-4. In athletics, American sprinter Noah Lyles decided he will participate in the Asian Diamond League final. The 26-year-old recently won 3 gold at the World Athletics Championships in August. Lyles now plans to race in the Diamond League final that starts on the 16th of September. He took to social media to make the announcement. French President Emmanuel Macron said there can be no Russian flag during the Paris Olympics. Macron reportedly told a French daily, and I quote, "Russia as a country is not welcome at a time where it has committed war crimes and deported children." Moving to entertainment, 83-year-old actor Al Pacino and his 29-year-old girlfriend Noor Al Fallah have parted ways. This comes just 3 months after the two had a child together. Noor Al Fallah has reportedly filed for physical custody of their son, Roman. She is also reportedly asking Al Pacino to pay her legal fees and any cost associated with the case. Singer Joe Jonas and actor Sophie Turner have broken silence after the news of their divorce surfaced. In an Instagram post, the duo said that after 4 wonderful years of marriage, we have mutually decided to amicably end our marriage. This comes a day after Jonas filed for divorce from Turner, saying that the marriage was irretrievably broken. Actor Ethan Slater has returned to social media platform Instagram. Slater made a comeback with posting a selfie on Instagram with singer Ariana Grande liked. Weeks ago, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater filed for divorce from their respective partners, Dalton Gomez and Lily J. The two are working on a movie called Wicked. Singer Miley Cyrus has opened up about her split with former husband Liam Hemsworth. Cyrus has recounted how she knew that her marriage had run its course just 8 months after the two had tied the knot. She said, and I quote, "The decision to be married came from a place of love, but also from a place of trauma." She revealed that they decided on the 30th of June in 2019 during a music festival that it was not going to work out any longer. American media personality Kourtney Kardashian has revealed that she had to undergo an urgent fetal surgery amid pregnancy. She said, and I quote, "I will be forever grateful to my incredible doctors for saving our baby's life." Her husband Travis Barker also took to social media to share his experience. He said, and I quote again, "I flew home for a life-threatening emergency surgery. I am grateful it went well." The Global Citizen Festival has a new treat for BTS fans, known as the Army. The festival announced that BTS's Jungkook has been added to the 2023 lineup as a co-headliner. The K-pop star will take the stage on the 23rd of September in New York City's Central Park. His fellow headliners include Anita, Miss Lauryn Hill, and Red Hot Chili Peppers. K-pop is gaining popularity in the global music scene. The Video Music Awards 2023 recently announced its nominations. The nominated K-pop groups include Blackpink, 50/50, New Jeans, 17 and Tomorrow X Tomorrow. BTS won the Group of the Year award for 4 consecutive years. Influencer Ruby Frank and her business partner have been formally charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse in the US state of Utah. This comes 1 week after the two were arrested on aggravated child abuse charges. Frank gained popularity through her YouTube channel, which she started in the year 2015. American singer and songwriter Bruce Springsteen has announced that he is postponing all September tour dates. The singer is suffering from a peptic ulcer and will take time off the stage to recover. Springsteen has promised that he will return to entertain his fans after he feels better. Late Queen singer Freddie Mercury's iconic piano was auctioned in London on Wednesday. The grand piano was sold for over $2 million. The auction comes amid a 6-day sale of thousands of Freddie Mercury's personal belongings.